Well, we've got a bit of breaking news in today's video. The FHFA, the Federal Housing Finance Authority, has released a decision that they have made to update the mortgage credit scores required in the future. So you're going to want to check this out if you're thinking about buying a house or if you're in the industry, so stay tuned. Well, that's right, guys. Just like we said, we got some breaking news with the FHA update. They have come out just yesterday, released a report that says that they have made the decision to go ahead and approve a change in what credit score is being used when it comes to purchasing a home. Now, if you're a home buyer or someone in the industry, what you need to know is that there are a variety of different types of credit scores, and a lot of people don't know this. You have FICO scores, you have Vantage scores. Even within your FICO scores, you've got auto loan scores, credit card scores, and then you have a mortgage score. Now, the mortgage score that's used traditionally is FICO score 4 or 5. And this model, this FICO model, is nearly 20 years old. And so the score that lenders across the board are required to use if they're going to sell your loan, which almost all do, to one of the federal agencies, Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. If they're going to sell that loan, they have to pull a tri-merged credit report with FICO 4 or 5, and it has to be in their package. Well, now what FHFA has come out and said is, hey, we're going to approve the updating of our credit scoring model to allow FICO score 10T, which is one of the newest versions of the FICO score available, and they're also going to allow the Vantage score 4. So this is going to give a bit of diversity in what credit score lenders are allowed to use when it comes to closing a mortgage. The Vantage score is frequently what you're going to find with free services like Credit Karma or some of the other Credit Wise, and there's Credit Sesame. I can't think of any other ones, but those will frequently have a Vantage credit score. And so one of the biggest issues as a lender that we face is we will talk with a client, we'll talk with a potential buyer, and they've looked at their score via Credit Karma, but that's not the score that we use. So now, potentially, we're going to be able to update and use a different scoring model, either the FICO 10 or the Vantage Score 4, when making decisions on loans. Now, the report does not give a specific deadline that I could find as far as when these changes will take place, but I would imagine in the next year or two, we will begin to see this roll out. Now, what the FHFA has said is that they have actually been researching this for 7 years. Since 2014, they have been in the process of making these changes. Go government, right? So it took them 7 years to come to this conclusion, and now we have this new report that says they've approved it. And they've said that they approved it for 3 different reasons, and we'll jump into all 3 here right now. So the first reason that they agreed to update what scores are required or allowed to be used in the mortgage underwriting process is that they wanted more accurate information, and they believe that the FICO score 10 and the Vantage score 4 provide an opportunity for there to be more accurate and up-to-date information. And many have said, specifically with the FICO score 10, I don't know much about Vantage scores because we haven't paid much attention to them in the lending world, is they are more forgiving for past issues, like if you had prior credit issues, and it's more heavily weighted on what you're currently doing. So if you're currently late or currently past due, that's going to hurt you more. But if you've been a good citizen, if you've paid your things on time recently, and all of your issues are in the past, then you may see a more favorable score with these new scoring models. But yes, they wanted more accurate reporting, more accurate information in their reports. And here's their exact quote. Part of the evaluation of new credit score models included extensive testing by the enterprises to ensure that any validated and approved models met the necessary accuracy standards to treat borrowers fairly and to protect the safety and soundness of the mortgage market and the enterprises. Both FICO 10T and Vantage Score 4.0 meet those standards. The second reason is that they wanted a more inclusive credit scoring model. And like we talked about with FICO 10T and Vantage 4.0, they allow for more flexibility in new types of ways to build your credit, which would include things like adding utility payments to your credit report, adding your rental payments to your credit report. Basically, these new scoring models give borrowers the opportunity to build credit without having to place themselves in tremendous amount of debt so that they can begin to build a better credit score for when they are ready to purchase a home. This is actually great news. Here's their direct quote. It says, while both enterprises have already taken steps to expand equitable access to credit, such as enhancements to their underwriting systems, both FICO 10T and Vantage Score 4.0 include new payment history information such as rent, utilities, and telecom payments when available. So there you have it. They wanted a more modern approach to the credit scoring system, which these new scoring algorithms give us, to allow them to make better, more sound decisions, but also to include more borrowers into the borrowing pool. I've often said that your credit score is really an I love debt score, and I think you know guys like Dave Ramsey, they say that stuff too, and they have some good advice and some bad advice. But the point is that in order to really build your credit, you have to go into debt. Well, now with these new scoring models and the ability to add utilities, add your rent, add your phone payments, you don't have to go into tremendous amounts of debt just to build your credit score so you can buy a house. So if you don't want to participate in having auto loans and having credit cards, this is a way to get you with a decent credit score that doesn't involve you going into debt. And the third and final reason that they listed was because they wanted enhanced safety and soundness within the industry. And so they believe that these new scoring models will provide that because they provide more accurate and up-to-date information. So here's their quote. They said, promoting accuracy and newer innovative credit score models in the housing finance system will ultimately lead to better outcomes for borrowers, lenders, and the enterprises. Additionally, because both FICO 10T and Vantage Score 4.0 are more accurate than classic FICO, the mortgage market will be provided with an improved view of risk from two different credit score models. So what they're saying is, now that we're giving you the option to have a FICO model and a Vantage model, the blended of those two, or having both of those available to you, will give the lenders a better overall view of the financial status of that borrower, thus providing more safety and security within the market. The very last thing that they said is that instead of requiring us to do a tri-merged report, meaning we pull Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, we can now do a bi-merge report. So we now only will need to do two of the three once these changes are implemented. Let me emphasize that, because these changes have not been implemented yet, but they have been approved. And again, according to this letter, do not see an exact timeline of when this is going to be rolled out or brought to fruition so that lenders can actually start using this, but we'll definitely update everyone when it does. So these are mega changes within the scoring models of FHFA, which is going to affect all of the loan programs that first-time home buyers or any home buyer uses. It's going to affect conventional, this is going to affect VA, FHA, USDA. All of them will be affected by this change. So if you're buying a house, keep an eye on this, because there's going to be some changes made, and they may be more favorable to you. So, but anyways, that's the breaking news. I hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so more people just like you can find this information and so you never miss another video. I'm Channing, and I'll talk to you soon.